IEM Katowice 2022, that's when JKS was standing in for FaZe.
That went very well.
Exactly. So it's been a long time. Things have changed, definitely so, as we get this one underway.
Twistzz, he wants to start this with a bang. m0NESY spotted. JKS the one to take him down. It's Brokey though. Wow, 2.5. m0NESY stubborn. 25 HP. Rob's tried to stabilize, but leaping through his HooXi, not clearing. Behind, Rain. Oh! Takes them both down. Nico gone. You'd think he'd have a trade there, but Rain too good. Good goosh. But only 25 HP. And look at him go. He's very at home on Mirage. I say that as he's thinking twice about his final opportunity.
This would be an insane clutch.
I mean, this would be an impossible clutch. Maybe not in m0NESY's book, but Karrigan playing it safe, and now Rain confirms presence. They're giving him nothing. Testament to how threatening m0NESY is. But they have the bomb, they have no reason to go hunting. They are set and ready. And m0NESY very capable of punishing, these unforced errors, but FaZe are not looking to give him anything.
No, nothing being given, and the fact that they take that initial exchange from Palace and then they reposition. m0NESY, he'll go down to Rain, that'll be 3 in the round. And FaZe will grab yet another pistol round here, so fantastic work for them. A very tidy one, and that's the question. That's the question the desk we're hoping to get an answer to here.
Yeah, they bought tickets to the Nico show. They're waiting to see it.
And I said this to you before we went live, it's unlikely Nico has 2 bad maps in a row.
Yeah.
I think it's almost an impossibility here. So I expect him to warm into things.
Yeah, I liked Yanko's sentiment as well about G2 and having to get a strong start into this third. Well, losing the pistol is the opposite. And it seems the second round with its zero investment is going to go one way and one way only. MP9 is going to do everything required, and yeah, Nico was trying to work his way out of the smoke, and he has been spotted. He hits a good shot, but nothing lethal. Just Brokey, the only casualty of our second.
Yeah, this is going to be an interesting matchup here. We spoke at the start of this series about this being like a mirror matchup, and obviously in terms of the players in the server, you get your flashy AWPers, m0NESY and Brokey on either side. You've got your aim-star riflers, Rain and Nico, ready to lop off a couple of heads. Incognito right here. You've got your clutch players and your Ropses, your JKSs, and then you've got your do-it-alls, Twistzz and Hunter. And then the Danish in-game leaders, which are apparently a must here in IEM Dallas. But here we go, first gun round underway.
Yeah, I've got some serious
Fast
pace.
up,
Yeah, m0NESY trying to be a space taker. Rain, the grave maker, he's gone.
Yeah, that's a very early death to stomach there for m0NESY. They do have all this mid control for now, but if they don't do anything with it and a bullet through the smoke, whistles past the head as Twistzz on the glance back has a chance.
Yeah, he's staying active on this angle. Decision made for him with the smoke, of course, potential to be boosted within it, but we know and can see G2 have other plans. This A setup could be tested. JKS is lying in wait for anyone that gets a little inquisitive on that triple box.
Oh, that's a well-timed smoke, isn't it? Just as JKS was starting to have a look, smoke comes in, denies him that space for now. Will be fading in the next 10 seconds or so, and Nico needs to sell something. Oh, he's got no idea, Alex. No, he's got no idea about Rob.
Completely unaware, baited in by Karrigan, and that hook is firmly in his cheek. JKS and HooXi trying to maneuver into this site now, and 38 seconds. Rain, he's the one that's looking to report numbers, and always been spotted out, tucking in, trying to delay further. Swings out, Hunter happy to provide. That's a big one back, it will equalize, but they have to plant.
Connector smoke's just been deployed here. JKS taking his time with the util.
Yeah, but CT's going to
jungle
be
smoke
unsmoked.
instead.
So HooXi has to cover them. Nice catch again. It's Hunter doing a lot here. Heating up and way more on his plate than he can handle. Look at that. G2 counting on JKS and Hunter, the two names we saw discussed as big game players. Well, no bigger game than a quarterfinal last map.
Yeah, those two right there are the ones who are going to pull you out of the most miraculous rounds. So this is the one that started with m0NESY getting pantsed immediately. Remember that high tail up cat straight out the gates, but this is a heads-up play. I thought they'd go for the connector smoke, opted for jungle, and they took that fight together. I think they understand by taking that fight, if they push the short player back, Nico was also going to be B-apt, so they were trying to do that as a bit of a unit there. A nice first gun round, and ramifications that are being felt immediately by FaZe, who can get together something that resembles a buy. Rops has missed the jump, and that means Hunter's up quicker than them.
So fast. This is the most expensive gun on the squad. He has to get out of there.
Yeah, he flubbed the jump. He fell off. He had to get reboosted. So Hunter gets this phase for free. This could have been a completely different look early.
Yeah, but it's going to really screw this defense as well.
The fact they know there's an AWP in play, it helps them understand how they need to approach the rest of this round, G2.
You'd think they're set for success. Rain going to be tested first by Nico. He does deliver, and there's more from Rain. As he knocks Modesty down, it's HooXi doubling his frags. JKS doesn't finish off that ticket player, but it will be HooXi. A nice multi-kill from their leader. Can JKS close what HooXi started? A bomb plant, 2 players chasing him down. Carrigan and Brokey spotted out. What can he do with this? Goes one into the crosshair. And solid defense from FaZe.
Yeah, a really weird way to try and clear that from Nico there with the balcony position, right? Rain just sitting under it. That's a free kill right there. It was an awkward exchange early with Rops not making the boost, and they identified the AWP, but that just seemed a very flat A execute there from G2. So good stuff from Rain on that multi-kill. And they will bounce back immediately. So with the buy, sure, it didn't look great, but the result was fantastic. And the fans, edgelords right now.
Comedians.
Yeah, well, Nico, 1 kill, Modesty, 1 kill, still very early stages here. So good shooting from HooXi, right?
Yeah.
I think on Inferno, everything started to look like they were falling apart. Really started to pull things together, right? He was hitting some good shots.
Most definitely, a highly impactful one, but it's not enough for a conversion, so... Twistzz, he's looking for his first blood. Oh, and Robs catches it. 100 to 0. Hunter, that is a disaster.
Not ready at all.
For G2.
That says a lot.
Smokes.
Yeah, okay. They need to take a timeout.
They're already rustled, like, thoroughly in the bin. What's going on here?
Guess, see what you can find, huh? They know where both players are. Monasty's all previously with the kill. JKS now shows himself towards ramp. So much time to work with here, and so much time for the remainder of the G2 players to stew in what is going wrong in the early stages. This one, every map, they've started down in massive holes. 7-0 Ancient, 9-0 on Inferno. Here they're able to at least get around in the early stages, but after a gun round win, straight back into a loss.
Yeah, short-lived celebrations on that one.
So what's going to happen here? JK has to try and kick up a fuss over towards A as Monasy. Surely he doesn't pick first, has to allow JKS to play. Time, 50 seconds. JKS starting to activate here, has a molly for this position, but...
He would have to get this kill so clean.
It's made a step now.
Oh, maybe you're part of his plan. Oh, heard the scope.
He has to go, he has to get a kill, he needs to do something.
Modesty hoping, praying this frag comes through. Brokey with a missed shot, but they still can't find the other one.
Carrigan's rotating. Scope would have been heard now, Carrigan knows, Carrigan knows.
And Monasty's looking for him. Molly's great. Rain's taken down the other threat, but Monasty might have someone exposed. Doesn't finish his up. He tagged him up, running him with the Glock. Okay, burst fire. Maybe there's more Monasty magic to be made, but doesn't happen today. Nice from Brokey. And leaves G2 down in the dumps.
Yeah, they have to eco now, don't they? Loss bonus, 2,900 into the next round, so light investment can come through here. But that one fell apart before it even started. Great to see the turnout today, Dallas. Hope you've been enjoying IEM Dallas and, well, the DreamHack Festival that's going on here. Seems like a good vibe out there. Weather, the sun was still shining.
Premium vibes. Been a long time since I got to visit a BYOC. And Brokey, he's actually looking to bring his own AWP to mid. Yeah,
we were talking a lot about the double AWP setup that FaZe wielded the other day against Cloud9.
You blew my mind with that fact.
I had the chance. We sat down with Twistzz on a bit of a podcast, had a long chat. We asked him about the AWP. We were like, so yeah, it's a game plan, right? You guys like plan this out. You knew you were going to use it. He said, no, 5 minutes before the game, I said to the boys, I'm going to AWP. Yeah, it's going to work against their play style. And yeah, it definitely did.
It did.
Just thought it might be a little bit more premeditated, not 5 minutes before the game, making that decision.
Just one HE and it nearly 100 to 0's Hunter. Perfectly placed smokes and bullets as HooXi Catches one from Robs.
And you remember Ancient, even though they were losing a lot of rounds, they were still getting opening picks. And so far, on the T side, in the first 6 rounds of play, they've only managed 1. So let's see if they're able to add a bit more to that. It's going to be necessary, and again, all eyes on Nico here. You know, it's all going to take is 1 round for him to find his form as JKS, last man standing, tries his luck with the Deagle.
Yeah, no fun to be had here from JKS. He can't quite finish off Carrigan either. So that's all 5 alive. That's ideal in the anti-eco, and now we get to see what happens for G2 and Nico.
Yeah, it makes sense, right? With the previous gun round, they get spammed down top mid, they get pushed, they weren't ready for it. It was just a very flat approach to the round there. And again, the half just feels like it is sliding away from them quite quickly. So take these timeouts and be liberal with them, especially if the losses continue. Rain's been having a fantastic series here. Over the 2 maps combined, he's at 42 kills, and right now on the 3rd, he's found himself another 9, so we're getting top form Rain, but you're also getting top form Robs and Brokey, they're also contributing here. And Twistzz and Carrigan, they're just doing their jobs. And so far, that's been enough.
But when you think about the amount of huge Counter-Strike names in the server, you wouldn't be expecting Rain at the top of the tables. I mean, there are so many other candidates, but Rain is such a pillar of consistency. And he's doing everything FaZe need of him and then some. So G2...
Is m0NESY not able to line up his util because of the spray on the wall, or is he just hanging out? What's going on?
I think he's dropped his smoke to ask. What's
I'm not
going
sure.
on?
He's watching for an apps push right now,
Yeah,
but he was
maybe
looking at the love heart. Maybe
he just wants to give us some love.
Yeah, okay. Well, we'll take that, m0NESY. Thank you very much. I was just like, does he have some lineup where he uses a part of the wall that we don't know about? No, it's all good. He was just staring at that love heart.
Chad the Cyborg couldn't understand. It must be a lineup.
Emotions?
Yeah? No. It's all part of the Counter-Strike machine now, whirring into action for G2 to post a second. Carrigan, woof, he really ate that flashback.
Yeah, wide eyes right there.
And he's got Brokey in support. It does lose the leader, and now they've lost their head and the sight. Does Robs really want to kick up any more of a fight? HooXi's already got their rotation on lock. Should be no way back in. Robs is hoping JKS pushes the envelope, and well, it does lead to his demise.
Probably a good thing he pushed, because if Robs hung around and they tried to exit, hold up, actually they're coming for this. Remember, HooXi's still in play here.
If Rain gets that one, yeah, it could have been a different round. Lovely stuff from HooXi.
Yeah, he's been put in the deathmatch, looking much crispier in the last map and a half here. So HooXi definitely contributing now in the frag department. He is at the top of the scoreboard for G2 right now with 6 kills. So going great guns is HooXi. But, that round right there, I think it was well put together. It was a late mid-take, right? You saw them spring into action, not immediately. That's what we were talking about m0NESY at spawn. Get that window smoke, the connector smoke, they scale up quite quickly. That JKS trade, essential there to get them on towards that B site. And then the kills just kept on coming. Window not broken, and this is normally very telling of a site-centric setup.
Mid-focus for m0NESY. A lot of pace behind this. Oh, and he's tagged up Rain as well. His flight path perfect, but will they overlook it?
Yeah, and he's called the vent not broken. He knows the setup now. He knows exactly that they're doing something a little bit skew-if.
It's all about this first frag.
Who's been spotted?
Yeah, HooXi now known. Robs does rumble. Nico though, perhaps going to be in combination with m0NESY enough to break this defense. It's only Rain here for now. Bomb's on its way through spawn. They've got everyone they need here. Great flash as well. Whoa, white screen, and the molly might finish him off. Needs the smoke to save himself. Should be no way in here. Hoping and praying they get something to get the juices flowing, but it's just more death. JKS onto Carrigan.
These are nice rounds from G2. They're controlling the tempo of the round quite nicely here. They're not looking flustered. The fights aren't coming in their face all the time like they were in Inferno. They're not just getting picked apart. They're getting into positions. They're entrenching themselves. They're waiting. They're allowing the game to play out a bit. And that's FaZe not just bullying and snowballing them here. So these last couple have looked good for G2. And there will be a response from FaZe. It's just about what that looks like. As Rain got tagged up early, very, very low, and Brokey wanting to hold on to this AWP. See how good they are at hide and seek here. With the vent not broken, I think Brokey's feeling very safe about things, but announcing the presence, maybe, just maybe, he... Oh! He's jumping up, he's jumping up, he's jumping up! Oh! That was close. That would have been a lost AWP. There was no AWP available. There would have been no rebuy AWP for Brokey here if that had fallen against him.
Yeah, they managed to rumble and work out that setup. Very well handled. I think that's promising signs of life out of G2.
Well, it has forced this timeout, but this is where FaZe want to talk about how they want to use these saved guns. So if you look at Brokey's spawn, right now, he actually has the best spawn to go for an aggressive Palace play with the AWP. You have Rain, he's back of the pack here with that rifle. So he could join Brokey and they could go and look for a pick together and try and get them into a key area of the map. If I was Brokey, I would use the spawn to either go fight Connector early, go Palace, maybe take an A ramp pick, try and get something for the team. And especially more so now because they've actually decided to buy behind these saved guns. So they've been able to get out another M4, there's a Deagle drop for Twistzz, there's an MP9 available for Carrigan.
We stand a functional relationship.
It's always good. Keep it healthy, keep the comms high.
In-game and out-of-game. Brokey bringing the push, and JKS put to rest. That's perfect.
Just what the doctor ordered.
Oh. Ooh. Gets across with his life, Twistzz.
Just, wasn't it? It feels like you might just have to go into an A execute now. You know that the AWP's in play, just try and remove the potency of that. Nico, really?
Yeah, wow, ballsy. Spotted by the Twistzz jiggle, he executes him quick, but m0NESY's trying to take some space off of that. Makes no secret of his push. Rain, an interesting smoke.
Yeah, that creates so many gaps, so many elevations. Big problems for G2 now.
Yeah, it's been spotted out, Hunter. Oh, but Brokey, he works with that. Gets him down. m0NESY, though, AWP in the feed as well for a response. It's a 2-on-3, Rain low. And the bomb on the floor. Oh, m0NESY knows. Will he let this one go? Carrigan in support, but it's only an MP9. So m0NESY's going to try and play off of this. And he has nailed it. Beautiful movement. Takes the head off of Rain. Through the box. And they've still got 38 seconds to piece this together.
Yeah, but no smokes. It's going to be really hard to plan on the site with these positions.
You don't need a smoke when you've got a m0NESY. Oh, narrow miss. And thinks better of using it again. He'll use the AK this time, and HooXi's lost his head, but m0NESY has not lost his... Oh! Carrigan charges in for the fight.
The reposition. He walked all the way from Ticker, back around the world, through the window. MP9 in hand at m0NESY. Not ready for that at all. Those saved guns, the buys behind it, a massive round for FaZe. That was as they were teetering right there. That was a way back in for G2 to draw this thing almost level.
Yeah, dude, I mean, you see this with two saved rifles. Brokey opens up, but still G2 stubborn. They work so hard for it. Brokey does an awful lot in this one. 3 from that saved AWP.
Great play from m0NESY.
I thought he had it, mate. Look how limited their resources were. He misses that shot, and it does come back to haunt them. Yeah, I think m0NESY felt like he had that one. And Brokey, woof, really happy to have converted with that saved AWP.
But both of these teams right now were on the edge. They're both being able to throw buys together. Brokey right now looks like he has a FAMAS in his hands. Is there anything on the floor available for Rain here, or is he really going to go into the next round of play with just a 5-7? Yeah, it looks like it. So you can see that it is still light on. So regardless of the round win, FaZe is still up struggle street here.
Yeah, no AWP recovered, so m0NESY has that edge. m0NESY's got the move. Excuse me, Rob's actually making the move. Burrows into that mid-smoke, baited by Brokey. And this suddenly makes that 5-7 all the more potent. He's managed to get early positional control of ramp. Will JKS try and do that silent drop? We've got action on the mid defense as well. Anti-flash, but he has help. We need Twistzz to activate, and he does. Sprays down 2 headshots clean. JKS gonna be down. Rain on that 5-7. m0NESY into the site though. Maybe there's something to be said after all. He's put the head, and Brokey quick on the draw.
Oh, this one really stings. Nico, unless you got something to say in a 1-on-4 situation, mate, this is going to be the 7th round for FaZe. Oh, they're going to clear together.
Oh, doesn't finish the job, and only the one.
Teamwork here late from FaZe. They didn't go individually, they grouped up, they had contingencies in place. And Nico, yeah, this is the same frustrations we saw from him in the previous map, and it hasn't gone a whole lot better for him here so far on Mirage. It's still early stages in this one, but yeah, you're going to sacrifice Rops if Twistzz can get you two. I think JKS's barrel just got spotted there from Rain. And frustration starting to brew for more players than just one here on that G2 side of the server, as they are now down to a couple of pistols. m0NESY feeling the wrath as well, knowing they had, oh, big gap here. Brokey, he was great guns on Ancient when they were running away with things. Oh, this is a nice little way to lay out just how the first 10 rounds of each map have gone, but that's what we've highlighted.
Yeah, strong starts.
And, well, FaZe managed the strong finish on Inferno as well. It is just Ancient, which is the outlier here, but at a 50-50. G2 are the only ones who gets to change this dialogue.
And Nico still having a slower start on Mirage. Keeping it conservative, this one just a walk in the park for FaZe. That's a great Deagle headshot. But can he out-Deagle and open an M4? He's expecting more fights to come his way. They have the bomb still in their sights. And Nico looking for those headshots, unable to provide precision. Translates into an 8, so FaZe, they've won out the CT half, 11 rounds deep into this third map.
This is crazy, right? When you look at the impact of certain rounds, and there he is, Ellie Giggle. There's the gap that, well, I guess he had to manufacture for himself. His own smoke and his own molly, I suppose. So it was still a gap.
Already with 8 in the bank. G2 feels like it might be now or never. Everything they could desire to convert around here on the T side. See if Nico is going to be the pointy end of that spear to open up. It's m0NESY instead. Catches the short player in Twistzz. A little bit of a gap for Mr. Cool to work with, and he spots m0NESY's retreat.
Two-man push here. Hunter almost caught off guard. Notes where the AWP is now. Nico's found another.
That's a nice contribution. Now surely they can use their numbers.
It's unlikely that the AWP can be in the A site. Maybe he gets back to Ticket, maybe he gets to Jungle. But if you're G2, you're aware of that, and you should just simply execute in towards this A site with smokes. You know that Rain is likely somewhere in the site, maybe up close ramp, under the balcony, tucked in, or playing Ticket. And right now, well, he's dropping right back. So it's a complete open runway here, and they're not even going to bother with the execute. They go in and drive. They're hoping to find themselves a little bit of a jump peak, and here you go. Well, we spoke about opening jewels. G2 are now 2-10 in Mirage so far, so things have not been going well in the opening department. But this time they can make their own fade, and this might be the FaZe saves. And we saw that on Ancient. It looked good in patches. Remember, they were on the CT side to close, and then it felt like it came back to bite them later in the game when G2 broke them at 14-14. So a couple of nice picks, FaZe have to save. And I just want to return to a couple of rounds ago. It was round 9 with the Brokey saved AWP. Oh, that's the m0NESY pick right there. The Nico one we caught. That was not too many dramas whatsoever there onto Robs. But yeah, round 9 of this one with the Brokey saved AWP, the triple kill, and the importance of that round. Because if G2 win that round, in the next round of play, FaZe have no money. So what we're going to be talking about is a much closer scoreline than this. It would maybe even be tied up at this point. It really allowed FaZe to stretch their legs on this CT side and get up to the half win. That is the impact of a round like that. So you look at someone like Brokey, that's 15 kills sure, but the 3 he got in that round means so much. Right? So much for the spree that they were able to compile. So patches for FaZe. 2, a breaker 1, 3, 2 back for G2, 3 more for FaZe, and now G2 have broken streak again. Can they double up once more here? That was a bit more of a standard approach from them there in that previous round. They get the mid control. Oh, and it's the double AWP set up here. So Twistzz, he liked how this one felt against Cloud9. Let's see if he can replicate that capacity.
He's going looking straight up the guts. And oh, Robs will save him. So blind was HooXi, and an opening. Again, this time FaZe. Brokey to be tested. The smoke on the palace might contain Nico. Oh, he strafes through. He's in. Oh, and he's not out yet. Modesty as well onto Rain. Rob's kept in line, and a nice one from Twistzz on that AWP. He goes wide. JKS keeps us on a 3-on-3 on an even keel. He hears him, heard the burning. Robs and Nico about to meet. Oh, the flash so good. Oh, it's an absolute mess. Squandered the advantage, and it could translate to a 9.
Oh, the pressure in that moment.
So much going on.
The round's still on.
Oh, it is indeed, Chatty B.
They have to fight for something. They have a lot of time. JKS looking to buy some space. They cannot hit the shot. Carrigan sits him on his ass.
And when all else fails, maybe Modesty doesn't. No, Brokey. 16 and farming. The impact being felt in this do-or-die scenario.
Oh, I was saying just not that long ago that it felt good in the G2 patches of rounds that they were controlling the tempo of the scenarios, getting out and taking space and then just chilling, allowing the fights to come their way. Here, it was the perfect little...
Slipped off.
It's just that Nico can't see him on top of the ticket. He'd have to drop into his teammate's molly. The flash was perfect. It looked good, and it really just wasn't, and nothing is going his way here today. Yeah, and the crowd saw that one fall apart just as we did. We're back into play, and Robs this time with the AWP. Yeah, if Twistzz can't do it, give it to Robs.
FaZe just hobby-orping their way to victory right now.
Well, this is it. In the Counter-Strike right now, the Mage just showed us. Versatility is key. You can't be default heavy. It's Robs there on the dive, taking them all down.
This is ridiculous. They're just taking it in turns to make a full AWP frag movie.
It's kind of like they're scribbing on them with high-level utility and understanding. They're allowing the absolute demons of players off the leash, and the individuals are shining under that spotlight. 10 rounds, all but secure here, unless JKS can win a big clutch, and clutches been few and far between.
At least he knows there's a little bit of space for him in middle. He hasn't had anyone come and knock in, and that's the first onto Carrigan. Snappy adjustment. I think he caught a whiff of something window. Get given it, Twistzz will find him. And wow, Robs, yeah, I'd be smiling after that one too, dude. The first is great, the second and third, obnoxious.
See how they're not static either. They're staying dynamic in that situation. They know where JKS is, they know what space he has, they know what room they're taking, and they're all moving. And this is great from Robs to watch it again. Nico, he's got to be asking himself, what am I to do? Like he's trying to come through the gray screen, find the timing, capitalize on Robs, and yeah, a bit of a tilt of the head. I understand exactly that. G2, final round of the half here. Give yourself something in the break, a little bit of respite.
Yeah, something to celebrate. A 10-5 half, workable but limited. You got Galil's. You got 2 smokes remaining. Round has just begun. Understandably, Cage does his crawl through underpass now after seeing Brokey and Robs taking pot shots through it. HooXi gonna have a head-to-head with Rain here as he does manage to go, ooh, wow, very wide. Yeah, Twistzz caught out. I think Twistzz thought Rain had it, but they now know about the boost. Robs spotted one, Nico down. The bomb on Monacy's back. Now on the floor. It's falling into place for an 11th here. Yeah, Hunter, you got one, but that's 11 for FaZe Clan. Outrageous. G2 on the ropes of elimination here in Dallas. They have to turn it on now, or this is goodbye.
He be riding on the wave. I ain't got a lot to say. Mine's heavy, give me space. Time's ready, let me blaze. Spend money, what a waste. Time's money, money pays. You ain't ready for the eighth.
She ain't ready for the eighth. He be riding on the wave. I ain't got a lot to say. Mine's heavy, give me space. Time's ready, let me blaze. Spend money, what a waste.
Dallas crowd is loving life, especially after that FaZe clan win. And that was absolute dominance. A lot of Canadians, a lot of Americans obviously in Dallas. They're just going wild from start to finish. I don't know what's going on half the time. I'm going to start with you. You're an actual Canadian. Everyone else is lying.
Correct. I'm the real Canadian. They're honorary today. Okay. I bestowed it on them.
And does that make the rest of FaZe honorary Canadians as well?
I'll give it to them. Officially, right now, the rest of FaZe are honorary Canadians today.
I like it. There we go. That's where FaZe Clan is getting the crowd hype from everyone in here. We're going to bring it.
Listen, Mama Markovic, I'm going to tell you something right now. We're going to need your son to come down and play for Team USA down here in Dallas at this show match. Yes, that's correct. Keith Markovic. You might know him as Naf. Some bitch can hit a shot, I tell you right now. He ain't missing. He ain't missing nothing. And we ain't going to miss him on Sunday for Team USA.
What do you mean? He's Canadian. He's Canadian? For real?
He's Canadian? Ma'am, this is your lucky day. Hold on for a second.
Son of a bitch!
Talk when I work late. Fuck what you think, I'm a work rate. Celebrate wins like a birthday. This is 3-6, got a mean list of the tracks. You man busy sleeping when I brainstorm as a plan. Linked handy on the underground, I don't even have to ask. Miss laughing with my brother now, I ain't talking about Dan. Catch up when he lands, snapshot with the fam. KL did a madness, back soon going ham. Come see how we ride out, short chain with a smile brow. Been blazed for a while now, stay ready for the jam. He be riding on the wave, I ain't got a lot to say. Mine's heavy, give me space. Pine's ready, let me blaze.
And so, just 5 rounds separate FaZe Clan from a semi-final here in Dallas. And G2, a comeback required. There have been frustrations and it's been domination on our third map. You can see every individual of G2's blood running hot as they feel it slipping through their fingers. The final half of this series, the last half of today's play. A pistol would go a long way. And let's see if G2 have got it in them. G2 on the defense this time. FaZe bring in the attack. And that is a great way to start. They've already taken down Hunter. What have you got, HooXi? He's got 3 on his screen. And make it 4 as he gets caught by Brokey. m0NESY though, only the one. Brokey continues with impact and from behind, Nico unawares. This feels like the first nail in that G2 coffin. Stunning from FaZe Clan. And already, a hop, skip and a jump away.
That one right there is the first time that we will not split pistols here. Oof. The first time that one of these two teams has been able to pick up both, and this is when the scoreline is already extremely condemning. This is the worst possible time for G2 not be able to pick up one of these. And Carrigan to put the icing on the cake there with that final shot. G2 essentially vying for the game here with this force spike. They lose this, a full eco. We're talking 14-4, and to come back from a 10-round deficit, a margin like this on that CT side with the FaZe players hitting shots. Brokey on form, Rob's getting it done. Rain's been having an absolute barn burner of a series thus far. G2, well, this may be coming to the close, and for FaZe, revenge on the menu. Ents absolutely ragdolled them in the group stage. Now, sure, Carrigan would love another crack at Snappy.
Ooh, it has to be Snappy as, yeah, Brokey had 2 on his screen. Significant damage to Nico and JKS, but it's an advantage nonetheless. G2 have to hold on to this though. Oh, and that's a tag as well. The scout from m0NESY rings out.
I feel that's kind of drawn things level. The fact that Robs has been tagged down to 30 now. I know that There's a man advantage for G2 here, but the weapons aren't with them. And look at this gap that has been found. Hunter and HooXi. Here they come.
Oh, he crouches into it. Avoids that instant death from the Deeg. Now, look at the space taken. Rain accelerating into the site, manages the spray and takes them both down. Another one from m0NESY Scout. That's a good start back.
This is the two low players from the start of the round.
Yeah, what are you supposed to do with 37 points of health?
Well, JKS is still sniffing something out towards T-Spawn. He's not responding to this at all.
And Nico isn't either. This was the force, this was all of those resources. You can't help but feel like there's potential history here for the G2 roster, and not in the good kind.
Now, well, both of these teams, you take a look, they're in flux at the moment. It's really difficult to put your finger on both of these squads. We talk about the mirror matchup, just how they both approach the game in very similar fashion. They both have players to fulfill similar roles. And right now, well, one is looking a whole lot better than the other. FaZe. Just 3 rounds away from that semi-final. And you heard from Twistzz in some of the pre-game interview stuff, some of the content on the screen. You know, we go 5 months without lifting a trophy. But we come to an event like this and we can win. Well, right now, they're just going to put themselves 2 series away from doing so. And Twistzz, that North American representation, Mr. Canada himself.
You heard it from Nico on the desk as well during the early days of this tournament, talking about their shortcomings in the major and wanting to use these last 2 tournaments of the year to kind of show that it was a flash in the pan, that it wasn't a consistent problem. Right now, they are on the verge of elimination here at IEM Dallas, and at FaZe's hand in a dominating fashion.
In a playoffs game, no less.
Yeah. We talked about those big game players, and no sign of G2's record at these big events being maintained here.
Just going to waltz all over this. The saved MP9 already removed, just 3 USPs remaining. And as mentioned, we will be finding ourselves at that 14-4 mark. Had an awful lot of blowouts here at Dallas. Heroic G2 game was one-sided. FaZe versus Cloud9, even though it went the distance, 3 one-sided maps. And the last 2 here for FaZe, absolute domination stations. And the last chance for G2 to voice any concerns here.
Wow, the Coliseum has demanded it.
They want blood.
Hope wanes for the G2 fans and for the G2 squad.
They're going for an A exec. I love this. I love this so much. JK's the only one on the side. Nico close towards connector. m0NESY's going to have to rotate in, but they're going to come quick.
Very quick. Karrigan leading by example as he's flattened by Nico. Good damage. That's impact. Takes them both down, and it's JKS that builds upon it. Rob's no response. And FaZe, they get nothing done, nothing here but death as it's clean. A spotless defense from G2, and they need to replicate.
That's their first round in 6. So they've broken another streak here, but they've only managed consecutive rounds once in this map of play. And obviously that needs to change here. That goes without saying. I said I love this. I thought it would be a really good way for them to be able to just execute in towards the site, but they went ahead of the util. They didn't throw anything mid, so I guess trying to really catch G2 out of position here, but that was perfect for Nico. The perfect type of kills for him to be able to scoop up. You don't want to give him any confidence. No, they've gone straight back into more of a standard rounds here. Going with a late window smoke with that initial exchange of util fall by the wayside, and still a bit of a ruse here. It is just Rain top mid. The rest of the jigsaw puzzle for FaZe is still trying to piece themselves together. Just heading back towards B apps. Karrigan, Brokey, and Rops cheating over towards the A side of the map. Rain's going to be joining that contingent shortly. Got 2 smokes available here. One for Brokey, one for Rain. You could do the up downs. Molly's available as well, and a couple of flashbangs to try and make this A attack possible here.
m0NESY, going to be that first contact if they do charge out the ramp. You can see the util dump. JKS safe from the spray. m0NESY definitely good for a couple. Nails Rain, and he can't finish off Robs. FaZe got legs on this one.
This is the superstars, the star trio in a mid-round. This is exactly what Carrigan wants to call his players into.
Oh, and they're hitting all the headshots. Robs living up to that superstar tag as he's coming for more. Ready for a fourth. And he'll take it by force. 15. It's all coming up FaZe here. An unfamiliar feeling for G2 on a big stage. Undefeated at big events. This roster of 5. When it comes to those big stage games. And now FaZe 1 round away from handing it to them.
10 straight required from G2 here, and that's only for overtime. And we go again. Broky's AWP quickly off towards B. That has to be a ruse. It has to be a fake. Make them think it won't be this A play. They sneak. They creep, and they get ready to explode. There's 3 players in mid. JKS is on his own. He's on his own here. He's not going to have any support.
So isolated. What can you do? Australia's finest. Up against the whole team, and it's Carrigan, his first victim, flies up the ladder looking to reposition. And he's got another on his plate. Rob's dead to JKS's hand, and he's got a third as well. Passes that test. And Broky trying to overcome the whole team.
Broky can just opt for damage here. He doesn't even have to win this clutch. It'd be a 1-on-5, sure. That would be one way to close this one out, but he doesn't even need to get the round done. Just as much damage as possible. Take away 1 or 2 more guns. Make sure that G2 are constantly in this position throughout this game where the full buys don't resemble exactly that. Expecting to be pushed here, but he's been given an awful lot of respect. We can see G2, they don't want to overstep the mark here whatsoever. But a huge round from JKS. You could see that setup, and it's crazy. Broky literally going B out, taking a shot, kept them in a default setup. They thought it was going to be just a standard like late mid crawl with players underpass top mid, but it was an A creep, and JKS delivered 3 huge frags there. Maybe, just maybe, it is about Broky staying alive here. So as he swings back and forth between the two, saving the AWP. With lost bonus at the bottom of the barrel here. Curious to see if Carrigan calls the purchase behind this. But we saw what Broky did with the saved AWP in that first half. I think it was round number 9. Tried to highlight it in that first half to tell you just how important it was. Around that if they didn't win, they would have been broke. The cashes would have been. So Broky not going to get done with the saved AWP yet again. As we get the highlights here of G2 putting up some resistance, sure. It feels way too late about things.
Yeah. I mean, prior to that one, they have 10. Now 9 series points. FaZe.
They're not buying behind the
not
AWP,
interested.
but they could still win this round. All Broky needs to do is find a pick.
You got Deagles in play. You've got Broky on his signature weapon.
Still very scary. Well, deep molly as well and no push, so stuff over towards the A ramp.
Nade successful. HooXi connects with that onto Carrigan.
They're really testing JKS.
He's gonna have to once again press. They know where he is now. The smoke, however, can be played around. And they know where the AWP is too.
And Broky called it off there. He said, I've seen enough. We've parked Rain out towards Sandwich. Nobody knows about him. The possibility.
Yeah, he can win the whole round right here. Twistzz was looking for him. Down he goes. And the bomb lost for FaZe Clan.
They're giving him so much room here, aren't they? So many places that FaZe could have gotten off to.
Oh, Carrigan.
Procedural.
Yeah, and it profitable.
They got the bomb back right now. The AWP's still in play. Carrigan, look at him, he's getting off. They're going to lose him.
Can they lose him?
Yeah, they're going to lose track of him.
There's a huge gap.
They're worried about B.
Nico, though, should have them dead to rights on this angle. Yeah, Broky spotted out as well. Now they've lost the bomb, but Nico, he falls to the Broky AWP.
Has to go short.
And wait for Carrigan, who has completely disappeared!
Connected A.
He takes down JKS! Hold on though, Modesty! He can stop the bomb in its tracks! If he misses that shot though, awkward now! Broky through, Carrigan and Broky try to end it here.
Safe plant.
Unless you got a good nade, it's not going to be enough. The bomb will go down. Oh, it goes down, but loses Broky in the process. Carrigan on the AWP to try and do the impossible, misses his chance. And it will be G2 saying play on.
Oh, great attempt there. Great attempt from FaZe. And Carrigan, a scorcher overshot onto HooXi on the other side. It feels like a bit of a simple moment there.
Yeah, it did.
Gives up the up, goes through the peak, steps into two.
Well, I mean, after all of the hardships they suffered in that round, it's impressive to see where it ended up.
It was such a crazy round as well. There were so many gaps being exploited.
Oh.
Both teams searching for one another. This is just as the bomb goes down. FaZe are going to be loving that. They wouldn't have had enough for a gun round if they didn't get that bomb down. So, and having a good time about things. A good attempt from Carrigan.
Yeah,
the crowd
really
held
cool.
their breath for that one. A few G2 fans still getting on their feet here, but this is still such a mountain to climb. 8 more rounds required, and that is just for overtime.
I'll tell you, if they'd have lost it that way, Chad. If they'd have lost it like that.
They all would have had some HooXi body language.
Yeah, oh God. Just avoiding all eye contact at any cost.
Hope that the 11-hour flight home isn't next to one of your teammates.
Yeah, right. Well, not on the plane yet. And m0NESY gonna have a fair share of trials and tribulations through this mid-fight. He's got HooXi and, in fact, Hunter starting to activate forward. That's a great headshot. Can he get away? No, the answer, Carrigan pushes through that connector smoke to keep things level.
Oh, HooXi copped that one right in the face, didn't he? Way too late on the turn, but regardless, no damage done. Regrouping now. FaZe, they've been able to find this opening pick, knowing that the CT setup has to rejig. Connector smoke lands, but that's all the ruse. There's nothing going on in middle whatsoever. So as HooXi and JKS worry about window boosts or short lurks, vent plays, it's really on Nico here. We've been asking and calling for his name. Chance to step up.
And step up. He shall. Twistzz gone, gets away from the Brokey clear. Delaying as well as fragging right now as he rounds the corner safely. Look at the damage as well. He's doing it all, is Nico. Takes the head off of Carrigan, the response through the board. He nearly had Robs too. But Brokey finishes him. 2 on 3. Both low as well. There's very limited options for them here.
Might be a save.
Might be their best case.
Yeah, exactly. These two know they don't need to get stuck into this right now. It's just 1 round required. Take your time. Doesn't matter how you get there, just as long as you get there. Eventually things will start becoming more and more desperate, but it's not desperate now, and 2 save guns is better than that 2,400 loss bonus into the next, getting you a few deagles. So hedge your bets. Give yourself the better round into the next. Didn't catch on. Maybe the crowd's out of energy. He gave it a crack.
Yeah, it seems like they've already accepted this one as a lost cause.
Well, FaZe, I still think there's a cause to be discussed with the 2 saved guns. It is going to be Brokey's AWP and Rops' AK. A 30-second timeout here. Before I was able to tell you what Brokey was going to do with this spawn, this time around he doesn't have anything too great. They could go for a standard A ramp pick with a little totem boost. Could look for something along those lines. In terms of the T side, it'd be a bit more difficult for him to manifest a pick out the gates here. But at least it's something you should try. Standard players normally going to be... Are we keeping our shirts on, everyone? All right, we're on Twitch around here. Don't see a hot tub anywhere in sight.
Yeah, well, Brokey forgot his shirt as well. I didn't realize he was glass cannon. So that's even more difficult to try and find that impact while avoiding all of that chip damage.
I like that ball behind it again. Oh, Rain's top mid. This is a new strat that they've been running. Rain is going to smoke Palace. It's going to allow them to come out of Palace, and Brokey's going to throw another smoke that lands in front of the stairs area. So this is to deal with jungle. But they're going to be coming, swinging out the site into JKS.
Okay, so this is a full X second to JKS, and lots of damage, catching flak, catching flashes. Still Twistzz opens up the site. A 1 and done from the Aussie. And now with that bomb down, it has to be a retake. It has to be successful. Hunter spotted by Robs, looking to execute.
Rain's look. He's got
Nade low. m0NESY onto Twistzz, looking good for the retake. Rain from behind though. He's kicking up trouble, causing a problem. And if Brokey can survive, perhaps Rain can continue to do damage. But Nico, he's flanked on that. And what's Rain supposed to do with this now? The defuse coming through, and Hunter extending play. Monacy loses his all, but G2 recover the round.
Monacy and jumping for these knife kills. He's definitely feeling himself a little bit sun here. They'll grab another round. They'll continue this spree. We're 4 on the trot, and it's a mixed bag. Diffusers or timeouts is how they're getting these across the board, but you see just before the smoke plumes, in that position from JKS is telling that he might be ready for that type of a maneuver. This is something that FaZe have been running a little bit in recent history, doing it on the lower buys or the gun rounds. And that's a pocket strat. That's what we talk about. As Monacy there goes down.
It's making me laugh, dude. It's so out of character.
Well, we're about to do another execute, and this time we're going to knock on the door of B. They've been trying to exploit JKS on A more than often than not. It's HooXi right now who might hemorrhage. Hunter's the next closest.
Yeah, he spotted him. He's calling for backup. Carrigan's already got himself out. Hunter, though, not going to be cleared. A powerful angle, and he profits only the
HooXi
one.
needs something.
Only the one. They're already into B. Playing the gap in the smokes, avoiding the speculative shots.
2 on the flank. This is no good for G2. And HooXi made noise.
Well, he has to play for the time, play for the group play. How do you get it back into here? Your util's going to have to be stunning. Brokey's holding for the apartment walk-in.
This is going to come down to the final few seconds.
Oh, man. Not like this. Nico doesn't think so. 1, but it's only 1. Needs a whole lot more. Brokey gets him down. Still FaZe holding on. That bomb is ticking. Robs could do something. Oh. JKS! He saves them.
Ooh, another nail biter here.
Oh, that'll get your heart rate up.
Yeah, if you're going to play that type of Counter-Strike, though, HooXi had to play retake after he lost control of the site. You understand what he needed to do there. Hunter with only 1. It felt fearful for G2 to lose in that fashion. 2 rounds in a row with these more hodgepodge, low-type buys. And the sites are being penetrated. FaZe are getting in, they're getting the bomb down, and they're making things very dicey. And now they get the chance to do exactly that, but with rifles. Everyone with AKs, everyone with U2, AWP in play once more. G2, how long can this go on? Monacy's walked into close A ramp, and they want to execute A.
He has to fight this. He has to hit these shots then.
This is what he's looking for.
And Carrigan, successful, baits the AWP, close ramp. Does that change their plan?
Now both teams understand exactly what that setup means. JKS and Monacy will now likely back off. JKS hanging around on the jiggle here, and that flash means nothing. He sees there's no follow through. Still plenty of time in this round though. 1 minute and 15 seconds on the clock as Carrigan will redeploy a window smoke. That'll keep Nico's interests. Hunter back towards B with HooXi, so we're in 2-1-2, a very standard set of the defense right now, and JKS, they're coming knocking.
Ooh, yeah, gets info. And will facilitate smoke. Delays this attack.
See Carrigan considering, as soon as he sees that, understanding now, hey, I have been spotted. Oh, they're going to flash him through. Wow. Set something up here. Monacy might get caught at the top of the ticket. 45 seconds now, and it just feels like this has to be A.
Oh, Monacy nails Carrigan on the fade. More from the AWP could be required. JKS, yes, and no. 50 damage inflicted. Maybe insufficient. Rops is already into the site. FaZe Clan starting once again to enter, but Nico, he takes down the bomb carrier. That will make things awkward. Twistzz to recover. Brokey for cover. Needs to handle Hunter. Oh. He nails the shot. Nico, though, stubborn. Can Nico deliver the 2 frags required to continue this comeback story, or is it really going to end here? Is this the last round G2 play in Dallas? Robs and Twistzz set to task. And already Nico another, that's 3 in the round. Smoke on the bomb, Twistzz from North America. Oh! In Dallas! And sending G2 home. He hits the shot onto HooXi. It's only 1 bullet onto Nico required, and there we have it. Send them home indeed.
Carrigan loves that. He loves how that feels. In the last 2 series, G2, they took out FaZe Clan. But this time round, FaZe get the W. They set up the rematch against ENT in that semi-final.
Revenge.